Hi friends, welcome to Srisai IT Hub. In this video of core Java programming, we are going to discuss the following topic: array index out of bounds exception in Java program. So first of all, we'll have a small revision. What is exception? Exception means runtime error, and error which occurs during execution time of a program is known as runtime error, and technically it is known as exception. So basically we get runtime errors when we give improper input while running the program. Okay, so what happens when exception occurs? So when exception occurs, your program execution stops at that particular line only. Remaining lines or statements are not executed, and it is known as abnormal termination of the program or breakdown of the program. So to avoid exceptions in Java program during execution time, we go for exception handling mechanism. So in exception handling mechanism in the program, we monitor or detect the exceptions. When exception occurs, we accept the exception, and then we provide a best solution for those exceptions. So this monitoring or detecting the exceptions is done with try block. Accepting the exception is done with throw keyword, and then catch block. So catch block will take the exception, okay, and provide a solution and provide a best alternate solution for our program. Right. So now when we provide exception handling mechanism, there is no abnormal termination of the program. Program execution takes place properly. Right. So coming to array index out of bounds exception. So basically every exception is an object in Java program. So this object is created by JVM for predefined exceptions or by developers for user defined exceptions. So there are some predefined exception classes for this exception objects, of which throwable class and exception class, these are the top two or the super classes for all the predefined or user defined exception classes. And these, under this we have two categories of exceptions: checked exceptions, unchecked exceptions. So for checked exceptions, they are compiler known exceptions. Try block and catch block is compulsory, otherwise we'll get compilation error. And coming to the unchecked exceptions, these are compiler unknown exceptions. So developer has to detect the exceptions and put try and catch. If you don't put try and catch, will not get any compilation error, but during execution time, abnormal termination of the program happens. So coming to array index out of bound exception, it is a predefined exception class and it is a unchecked exception. So we'll get this exception when we try to access array value which is out of its index range. Then we get array index out of bounds exception. Okay, so let us try to demonstrate this with a small program. Array index out of bounds exception example 1. So first we'll take a comment at the beginning of the program to demo array index out of bounds exception, class array index out of bounds exception example 1, and program execution starts with main method. So save this program in our working directory. So save it as array index out of bounds exception1.java. Right, so we'll take an array here, int integer array a, new int of 5. So the size of the array is 5. Okay, So we'll store some values here. A of 0, something like 11. A of 1, 22. A of 2, 33. A of 3, 44. A of 4, 55. Total 5 values. Okay. Right. So let us print all these values. System.out.println array values are. So we'll take 5 different statements to print all the values. A of 0. Next, A of 1. A of 2. A of 3. A of 4. And finally we'll print end of the program message. Right. So save this program, open the command prompt, go to your working directory, compile the program. So Java C array index out of bounds exception example1.java. So compile it, no error, and run it. So A of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are accessing the array values from 0 to 4, which is within the range. So no exception. Now let us try to access A of 5. Okay. Right. So recompile, run. So here we are getting array index out of bounds exception, index 5 out of range. So it is out of, so 0 to 4 is the length of the or indexes of an array. We are trying to access that out of range, so we are getting this exception. So what we'll do is we will try to put try and catch for this. Okay, so try and then catch. So catch the exception array index out of bound exception AIOE, any object variable name, and then print system.out.println accessing array out of index range. Okay, so this is the message for us, accessing array out of index range. Right. So now we'll get normal execution of the program. So recompile the program and run. So normal execution, end of the program with the proper message. So now here, if we try to access array index below 0 also, -1, -2, -3, then also we'll get the same exception, will not get negative array size. Negative array size you will get if you give negative size here, something like -5, but not to the indexes. So here also for A of -1, we will get the same exception. Compile and run. Array index out of range exception, end of the program. So this is how we are supposed to work with array index out of range exception, trying to access an array value out of range below 0 or greater than its size, greater than or equals to its size. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, comment and share this video, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel Sri Sai IT Hub. Have a nice day.